Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Winback, and on today's episode of Heroes of the Storm in the A through Z playthrough, we're on Alarak, the second character in the entire alphabetical roster. Almost had it without any problems. Anyway, so we'll talk about the build real quick, we'll talk about the abilities, we'll talk about the character, and hopefully you can learn a thing or two here. But this is a YouTube video, so feel free to like, comment, and to subscribe your heart out. This will be video number 2 of the week, and the team comps are going to be Alarak, Vala, Muradin, Lunara, and Gul'dan versus Kerrigan, Diablo, Zul, Tassadar, and Cassia. We're playing on what is arguably Alarak's best map, I think. I think it'd be considered that by a lot of people. Battlefield of Eternity. Alarak does play extremely well on 2-lane maps where there is a lot of constant fighting. You do want him in the 4-man these days. Playing him in the off-lane is kind of shitty, but I can understand. You know, it happens. Looks like Vala is down. First blood goes over to the enemy team, but we're going to trade it right back for the Kerrigan. Not that kills mean okay, well, 2 kills is a little bit problematic, but trading yet another one with the enemy team. I'm going to come down here and put my own little flourish on the bottom lane because I'm kind of sick of the top lane already, and there's nobody up there to fight with, and we are throwing away any trade that we have. It is now a 3 for 2, which is a little bit upsetting. So anyway, the build, I need to hit that right now because I will get distracted, and I promise you that's not a good thing. Alarak does want to build to counter a specific target more than any other kind of melee assassin. I feel like Alarak is more of an anti-carry. And you want to build him according to a specific character on the enemy team that you want to kill. So in this instance, we are building because we are going to be scared of characters like Kerrigan and Diablo engaging on us very close. But we still want to be able to do lots of damage to Cassia. Cassia and Tassadar are our big kill targets. And as long as our Muradin's doing his job jumping onto them, we should have a pretty... Okay, well, I'm dead. Everybody gets 1. You know? Everybody gets 1. Enemy team, this is your 1. That's all there is. I hope you're going to make the most of it. But, right, so we're going to be building Lightning today, and because there is a tank on the enemy team, and a lot of the zapping that we're going to be doing is going to be on... the back line. Oh, she's dead too. Just absolutely piled into that top lane over there. Just deer violence. It's so bad. Hunting season is open. Is that a Looney Tunes joke? I don't know. Am I that old? Probably. The build, though, god damn, if I could just concentrate for 2 seconds. Extended Lightning is going to be our level 1. We're going to pick up Negatively Charged at 4. 7's Hindered Motion. 10 will be Counter Strike. 13 is going to be Right of Rack Shear. 16 is Lightning Barrage. And then 20 is Last Laugh. The reason that I'm picking up Last Laugh at 20 these days is because Deadly Charge has just been an extreme disappointment as of late. So that might be me. That might be the ability. Not super sure as of yet, but that remains to be seen. Now anyway, Alarak's abilities, if you're not aware, his Q is called Discord Strike. It is a triangular hitbox with 2 little pointy bits on the base, and is going to silence people that we hit for 1.5 seconds and do a big chunk of damage. W is called Telekinesis. It is a vector target, which means you're going to point, you're going to push, and then whatever is caught by the ability with that drag is going to either get pulled or pushed or whatever. You can push Alarak as well. Alarak is affected by telekinesis, so it's a good get out of jail free card sometimes, and you can move yourself while you're rooted. So if you ever get hit with something like a Zul root or anything like that, you still have a way to get out by telekinesising yourself. Now the third ability, which is the focal point of the build, is going to be the Lightning Surge. Lightning Surge is going to do 100% more damage to targets in between you and the person that you click on. So you're going to point and click whatever you want. That is my W not going off, and that's super frustrating. But you point and click on a target that you want to hit with the ability, and then anything in the center of the ability is going to take 100% more damage on top of the 100% more damage that you're already getting from your Sadism, which is your trait. Sadism, you can see it down in the bottom left-hand corner here. It's increased by 3% per hero kill that you get, and then there are other talents that buff that as well. But basically, just remember, right now, we have 93% extra damage on our abilities against heroes. So, that, and then our Lightning Surge along the center is going to be doing some extra damage because of talent, because of the negatively charged talent, and that is just going to scale infinitely as the game goes on. So, Lightning build is definitely the safest way to play, and because Diablo himself is just kind of a carry tank, we don't want to be standing near him, so we want to get a lot of lightning on him and the backline, and Muradin is going to set that kill up magnificently for us. Fantastic. Now, since our trait's out of the way, we can move on to Counter-Strike, which is our ultimate. I said it a little bit earlier, I don't think Deadly Charge is very good, mainly because it can get you into a lot of very bad situations, and when you die, you lose all your sadism. So, seeing as how our baseline is 90% right now, I don't think it's ever going to be worth it to sacrifice those sadism stacks. And that is why I will always, 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 always pick Counter-Strike. Don't pick Daily Charge. Okay, that was last time, I promise. Gonna go ahead and pull in the Cassia, get her silenced, and now everybody on the enemy team is clumped up while we can make our way backwards. Cassia getting sucked to death by the Gul'dan. I cannot imagine a better way to go. Tipping the Zul with the edge of the Discord Strike. He thinks a root is going to save him, but it doesn't, and we're going to take another 3% on our sadism. Perfectly timed. Can we get the Kerrigan? She just walked forward, not sure why. I'll take it. It looked gross, but I'll take it. Now, some of the key talents to take away from this build are going to be the ones with the lightning icon. So your level 1 talent, Extended Lightning, is going to drop your sadism from 100% that it's at baseline to 90% by taking 10% away when you pick the talent. The good news is you can get that back if you manage to hit 3 people all at once with the center of your Lightning Cast Surge. So, or your Lightning Surge cast. Words. Once you do that, you get all of the quest rewards immediately, and you get that 10% back. It's not the end of the world if you can't hit those 3 center people, but you still always want to be looking for it. At 5 targets hit for that level 1 quest, you are going to get a 20% range increase on the Extended Lightning, and then at 15 targets hit, you're going to get a 40% slow on targets hit with the center of the Lightning. That 40% slow is insane, and it is going to make really, really, really easy hitting your combo. So, as long as you're getting those 15 stacks before, I'd say, level 10, you're in good shape with this build. You do ultimately want to hit a lot more because you want to get negatively charged, pumped up pretty quick for the end game, but at the same time, finish your level 1 quest before level 10, you're in good shape. Now, your level 4 talent, the one I just mentioned, Negatively Charged. Negatively Charged is going to passively increase the center bonus damage of your Lightning Surge from 100% to 175%. Now, the questing portion of this talent is going to give you another 4% on top of that 175 every time that you hit someone with the center cast of your Lightning. So, right now we're sitting at 16 stacks, which is bonus 64% damage. So you take that 175, you add the 64. We're at 230, 240, somewhere around there. Counter-Strike absolutely deleting the Zul because no one can stop using their AoE damage all up on top of me, and I love it. If there's a lot of AoE on the enemy team, Counter-Strike is just going to get mad value because you can just point that bitch, click, and kill someone. Going to take the Rite of Rakshir at 13 as well because it is a ranged sadism gain, whereas Blade of the High Lord is more of your melee sadism gain, and it works better with the melee builds. Rite of Rakshir is a little bit more difficult to use because what it's going to do is you're going to mark someone, there's a sound clip in their ear, and then what they're going to do is they're going to go into their closet, they're going to take out the bitch pants, and they are going to zip them all the way up to their neck. And then from there, they're just going to run from you for the rest of the game or until the cooldown falls apart. So Rite of Rack Shear is going to give you a 5% sadism increased when you kill the target that has the mark on them. And then I believe you're going to get 3% when you hit them with your Q. Yes, so if you hit a target with your Q while they have the Rite of Rack Shear on them, you're getting a sadism increase, and when you kill them, you're getting a 5%. So technically you can get 8% if you're managing to kill people with your combo, and this doesn't cap, so you could technically just infinitely scale as long as you never die and you're hitting your right, hitting the rack on multiple people. It is cool as well because it's since it's a ranged ability, you can point and click it on someone way over here that's being killed by someone else, and then you get that sadism, which is really nice. And we didn't even make it to level 16 or 20, so I could talk about those talents. Fuck. But, you know, that's kind of the way things work when your team is just so good and you're allowed to be that damage-flinging nuisance that Alarak is. Again, I think he's an anti-carry. I don't think he's necessarily the, you know, the one who's going to put games on his back all the time, even though he definitely can. When you're playing him in these sort of comps, in, you know, full tank healer comps, there's no healer, but you get what I mean. If there's a tank, Alarak is going to have much more difficult time living, so being safe is really important, and that's why the E-build is such a good thing to take. At 16, Lightning Barrage gives you 2 casts of your Lightning Surge as long as you're hitting with the center, which you should be anyway. That's what you're aiming for, which means lots of healing and lots of damage. That's going to be infinitely scaling as well. So what is it? 80% is what we ended with on that level 4 quest. So 80%, 175, that is... that's just shy of 290. That's 285. 285% bonus damage on those center casts, which is nuts. And if the game hadn't, you know, ended as fast as it did, we probably would have gotten quite a bit more. I think normally I can average on the long games like anywhere from 35 to 40, and then really good players can manage anywhere from like 60 to 80. So that's like your GM, your CCL players can manage that many. It's ridiculous how they get that high, but who knows. Yeah. So we're done talking about the build, but again, in case you need it, it's going to be Extended Lightning, Negatively Charged, Hindered Motion, Counter Strike, Rite of Rack Shear, Lightning Barrage, and then Last Laugh. The talents that you absolutely have to take with this build are going to be your 1, your 4, and your 16, and then 13 is going to be up to you. If you're feeling spicy enough to take the Blade of the High Lord, go for it. The Pure Malice is always going to be the easiest one to take, and it's pretty consistent, but you have to have your teammates die. So in quick match, I'd say perfect. In any other form of play, still probably good, but I don't like capping myself at that 40%. So even though I think 40% is the cap with Blade of the High Lord as well. When you get into the late game with Pure Malice, people try to die a lot less, so it's kind of like if you have died, now you're fucked and you can't get anything back. I don't know. It's a gamble. All these talents are a gamble, obviously, but Blade of the High Lord's just the most consistent for me. And that's it. I'm done talking now. I promise we will get out of this video and we can go on to Alexstrasza. Alexstrasza will be the next video, so if you need some dragon in your life, come on back. We'll be doing fun stuff there. But that's it for me. Peace out. I'll see you later.